With the success of Zombie Island, Warner Bros. And Hanna-Barbera decided to go down the dark route for Scooby-Doo, and it's fair to say it paid off. I'm Tommy Bowyer from Movie Rewind, and without further ado, let's get into it. Scooby-Doo and the Witch's Ghost was directed by Jim Stenstrum. It was released in 1999 and it is direct sequel to Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island. There will be spoilers in this review, so please feel free to check out the film before you watch the review. The Mystery Inc. gang in this film don't really get developed that much. They're basically the same people they were in Zombie Island, although Velma gets a lot of spotlight on her in this film. And I enjoy that. She meets her idol, Ben Ravencroft, so we see her get to know someone who shares so many similarities with her, and we see her really trying to figure out the mystery behind the witch's ghost, which is fun to see. It's nice to see the spotlight shine on Velma for once. Ben Ravencroft is a very charismatic character. I really enjoyed him in this film. It makes the plot twist that he's actually the villain a lot more shocking because you actually grow to like this character. Sarah Ravencroft, the witch, is alright. I mean, she's a scary villain, however, she's not really that unique and she doesn't stand out in my mind compared to other villains in previous films and films that have come after this. Let's face it, the Hex Girls are the characters which stand out in this film. They make this film so much better. I've always enjoyed the Hex Girls, and I would say that the Hex Girls' appearance in this film is the main reason why there's such a cult following for this film in general. Very great characters, they look great, and they're great characters. I love the Hex Girls, I wish we saw more of them. So overall, I would give the character development in this film an 8 out of 10 because I actually like the characters this film introduces, such as Ben Ravencroft and the Hex Girls. However, they could have done more with the Mystery Inc. gang as a whole. I cannot really fault the performances in this film. They're once again all well suited to their roles and there's not a bad performance amongst them. However, there are some ones who stand out. Tim Curry in the role of Ben Ravencroft, he's amazing. He gives a very charismatic performance, and about 2/3 of the way through this film he has to become a villain and his performance matches that. He goes from very charming to basically insane, and I think that works very well. Jennifer Hale as Fawn, the main Hex Girl, she once again gives a very strong performance in this role and she makes Fawn very likeable. As I've said before, the Hex Girls were standouts in this film, so those that delivered the performance to those characters were very strong. Overall, I would give the performances a 10 out of 10 because I can't fault any of them. However, it would be Tim Curry and Jennifer Hale who are the standouts for me. Mook Animation once again returned to provide the animation, and it is beautiful. I wish more Scooby-Doo films would use Mook Animation because they did a terrific job with this film. They're also very versatile. Unlike Zombie Island, this film is set in New England in the autumn, and I think that works really well because it has a very autumny feel to it. We see all the leaves falling and loads of browns and oranges, and I think that works really well. I love the animation in this film. There's not a problem with it, so I would give the effects a 10 out of 10 because once again Mook Animation did an amazing job. So the story and writing, I have mixed feelings about the story used in Witch's Ghost because for 2/3 of the film it is basically a bog standard Scooby-Doo film. The original witch is just a fake. It turns out the entire town have come up with the idea of the witch's ghost in order to make some money. So it just feels a bit stale because we've seen this done a number of times. Saying that, comedy used in this film is really on point. Scenes such as the restaurant scene when basically the entire restaurant are disgusted at how much Shaggy and Scooby-Doo are eating. Scenes like that are actually really funny and borderline hilarious. I was laughing at a couple of their jokes in this, I have to admit. However, the film does get interesting in the last act when Ben Ravencroft turns out to be the villain and he brings back Sarah Ravencroft's ghost, the witch's ghost. That is more interesting. Once again, much like Zombie Island, it goes for the fact that the supernatural actually does exist, and I think that was a really good choice. However, I can't escape the fact that the first 2/3 of this film was just a normal Scooby-Doo film. It's only the final act which really adds an extra layer of supernatural stuff to it. So I would give the story and writing a 7 out of 10, because while I enjoyed it, it just feels a bit too stereotypical to me. So for this film's special recognition, I've got to pick what made this film a cult classic, the Hex Girls. Fawn, Dusk and Luna are amazing in this film, and they were a great addition to the Scooby-Doo universe. The songs used by them in this film have become instant classics, and as I said, the reason a lot of people suggest that Witches Ghost is as popular with the Scooby-Doo fandom as it is because of the Hex Girls. They were portrayed really, really well, very unique characters, and I loved the songs in this as well. So I would give the special recognition of the Hex Girls a 10 out of 10 because they were amazing characters and they really should make more appearances than they do now. So in conclusion, Scooby-Doo and the Witches Ghost boast amazing animation from Mook Animation with standout performances from Tim Curry and Jennifer Hale. The Hex Girls became instant classics in this film and became very popular with the Scooby-Doo fandom as a result of their appearance in this film. However, my only problem with Witches Ghost is the fact that for the first 2/3 of the film, it is basically a stereotypical Scooby-Doo film with a man in a mask. However, that doesn't mean that I don't appreciate the Witches Ghost for having the same darker and more gothic tone that Zombie Island had, and therefore Scooby-Doo and the Witches Ghost gets a very well-deserved 45 out of 50, which gives it a grade 1 ranking. This film is not as strong as Zombie Island, however that would have been very difficult to do that. Having said that, Scooby-Doo and the Witches Ghost is a strong sequel to Zombie Island. So thanks for watching, guys. I really do hope you enjoyed my Scooby-Doo and the Witches Ghost movie review. Please remember to like, comment and subscribe in order to receive great and maybe even improved quality content in the future. And next week we will be reviewing Alien Invaders. I hope you look forward to that, and I will see you then. See ya!